Holly, you teased us with some injury talk
Mm.
in regards to this World Cup. Now, Canada has had its history with conspiracy theories. We had those truckers over there. We might have seen you in that convoy. Not sure. Over there, Tim Hortons getting coffee for them.
How do you know there's a Tim Hortons right across the parliament?
Oh, he's in
Um,
that convoy. That's why.
but yeah, we want to know what you're thinking about these injuries.
Well, um, I just think that
Can you get Caesar to
like
pay
we
attention though? Caesar,
well,
can we get you to pay
I'm looking at
attention?
you on this monitor.
You're literally watching anime with
I'm not watching anime.
subtitles.
What are you talking about, dude?
Caesar, I need you to pay attention, please.
Okay, go ahead.
well, no, I just think, we were kind of alluding to all the injuries in the recent weeks. And I just think personally, the World Cup's coming up. It's a lot of these players that you think are going to be called up getting injured. And I'm just going to say, if you have this big opportunity, some people, whether it's your first opportunity, it's an opportunity to say the least. Like, everyone wants to go to the World Cup. That's what you play for. But especially if it's your country's first time or the player's first time, and they get injured a couple weeks before, but get expected to get named on the squad and are still seen in talking around in like their federation's camps. Like, I just think people, like, I don't blame them for faking these injuries in order to save themselves for the World Cup. Because who wants to be playing right now, week in and week out, a couple weeks before the World Cup?
I feel you. EPO's last match is on the 12th, and the World Cup starts that next week. That's crazy.
Yeah, like, I mean, there's a bunch of problems with having this World Cup in the middle of the season. Like, I actually think it's the stupidest thing that could happen. But
100%.
like, so many of these they're like, I think to them right now, league football is like back burner, back of their mind. Like, they're playing because they're just passing the days until the World Cup. And like, honestly, it's tough because if I were like a manager or coach and I knew that these players were probably going to get called up, because not every roster has been announced yet, but you can assume who on your team is going to get called up. Like, why are important players playing meaningless midweek matches, like all 90 minutes? Like, there's just, might as well, I would fake an injury too, but like, I don't really care right now. I'm not going to play. I still have several months once I come back, from January to May, June. Like, that's the only thing players should be focusing on right now. And yeah, I would definitely fake a
You got
quad injury for this.
You got some names. Who you think is faking it?
No, I'm not going to drop names.
I think Cavani's doing it right now. he
Me
like
too.
he like limped off the field against Barcelona, and he's just like, I'm like, dog, like, stop it, dude.
He's like, I'm not built like I used to be. It's my last World Cup. I don't blame. It's his last one, dog. Come on, it's an
Yeah,
important one.
For sure.
you think Mane's playing around?
I mean, you only played 20 minutes, right? And you got to get out of the game too. I don't really know. I didn't watch the game where he got injured, to be honest. I did watch the Barcelona one though, even though I was excited to watch that. He just ruined it for me. Because I want to watch Cavani versus Valencia, but versus Barcelona. I can see what you're saying, Holly, and as a labor rights advocate, big union man and pro player union, I would love for the players to be able to have a 2-week break before they have to start the World Cup. I thought that'd be at least fair. Like, this be the final Sunday, then they give them like up until the World Cup starts, because the World Cup starts on like the 18th, right? I think the World Cup's the 18th Friday, and then opening ceremonies is the 17th or something.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
I think
it's
that's
like
the
8
week.
days.
Yeah, so it's like, dog, why aren't they off on the 9th? Why wasn't this last Carabao garbage or whatever the hell we're playing right now, makeup games we're playing, the last games until and give them 2 weeks to rest, meet with their teams, get together. I just think it's really gonna be some ugly football we're gonna watch. Like literally, are they gonna practice? What's going on here? I don't even know what they're gonna be doing out there. It's gonna be ugly. So I don't like it. And the players, Cruz made some really interesting comments last time about the overplaying they were doing during COVID, and here we are doing this game again where the players are playing too much. I want to say I'm with you, and I can definitely see that happening. But it would all just depend on we've seen the roster that come out. If some of those rosters that come out when they do final rosters for the World Cup, and we don't see the players that are injured, then it's like, well, goddamn, like they really did just get hurt, and it was like pointless for them to be getting hurt to be out there. Like I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a big. I'm not a big fan of these games being so close, and we're seeing like we might have even seen a back end of the players playing so many games before and never getting truly healthy or getting real rest in any summer. We haven't had like a summer off in so long.
Yeah, even through COVID. Honestly, it's just really unfortunate that at some point the players have to take action.
Yeah.
Like it gets to a point. It's like, well, it gets to a point where it's like maybe they don't care. Maybe it's only a few players that care. Maybe it's just the ones that speak out. Maybe the other players like, nah, like whatever, I'm fine. Like we don't know. To us it seems like you're playing too many matches, but it's not like you see. Like you don't see
players talk about it,
but you don't see like 3 players on a team saying, yeah, we played too many games. It'll be like 1 or 2.
Do players feel like they have the right do they feel safe to say that?
I would imagine. Well, why not? Because you see
know.
players say it, but you don't see like the majority of players saying it. So I'm not saying that I think that is fine. I'm just saying I don't know. Like maybe there's other players that are like, no, like we don't play too many games. I'm fine.
The last World Cup that's in the summer, a lot of teams finish the league in April. Sometimes the Champions League finals in May. And then they start their first games June 13th.
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks.
You get like 4 weeks off almost, unless you play in the Champions League. You get like a ton of weeks off before you start playing the World Cup matches. Like all of a sudden we do this tournament and it's like so close in the middle of the season. That's insane to me.
I agree. Like it sounds insane to me, but maybe there are a lot of players that are fine with it, because we just don't see.
I don't want to assume people are basically consented to it off of silence. I don't want to.
No, I don't. I'm not assuming it either. I'm just saying I don't like. It's hard to know because we don't see a lot of players coming out and saying like we play too many games.
Maybe we will this time because if a lot of them don't make the rosters and they're injured, people are going to ask questions like, how do you feel? And they're going to be like, yo, like, it sucks. I don't want this to happen. But what can you say? My body can only do so much. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I would like to see, because it does for us from the outside. Like we're talking about professional athletes faking injuries because they play too many games. And it does like, Holly could be right. Like they could just be
especially
like,
Cavani there.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. They were saying that Cavani was faking injuries at Man U, actually.
Yeah, they were.
But I was like, he don't seem that grimy, but
he gotta go back to the farm.
Yeah, but we're talking about professional players faking injuries, which is not something you usually talk about with professional athletes. But I just wonder if you were to like poll players secretly, hey, do you feel like you play too many games? Or like, are you fine with it because you get paid for those matches? You know what I mean? Like, is it like, nah, I'm down to play 55 matches. Like, I'm going to get paid more. Or is it like, nah, like I want to play like 40 matches? I don't know, but I guess we'll see. I do have a question for Caesar. Caesar, okay, you know what? Whatever. I'll just
no, I'm fixing my camera. Go ahead.
I'm joking. There have